You know, I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these dumbasses here every day. Between these ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag, or these teachers who don't get it, how hard is it to get these students to meet their grade level expectations? Lawrence and Ravenel should have never been hired. And don't let me get started on DJ. I'm going to drag his black ass out of here one way or another. I'm going to get something to stick. I'm just so sick of the inadequacies of these people. And if I have to get one more complaint from one more Jew in this community, I'm going to join the other side.
Okay, now that obviously sounds really, really bad. It also was really, really fake. That was not actually real, but it was real news and it was really consequential because that fake recording of a Maryland school principal has led to someone at the school actually losing their job. It turns out that the school's athletic director ended up being arrested in connection with that AI generated audio clip. And if you're a longtime listener or viewer of the Damage Report, this story might ring a bell. We actually talked about this when it first came out. This story was the foundation of Sharon Reed's first ever garbage person. But at that moment, we had no reason other than the fact that it was crazy to believe that it was AI generated. But Sharon still suspected something was off and gave 1,000 caveats that she thought that this could potentially be a deep fake. And we had a great conversation about deep fakes and all that. Well, her intuition turned out to be accurate, and we want to give you the update. So Dazhon Darien is now charged with disrupting school activities after the Baltimore County Police say that he created the falsified audio recording of the principal back in January. The clip went viral, obviously was swiftly condemned by the Baltimore County community. The school was inundated with outraged calls, as you can imagine, and needed an increased police presence and additional counselors as a result of it. Now, there's a couple of ways that they eventually were able to figure out this is AI generated. In one, the principal in that fake audio is talking to someone named Kathy. And the reason that's included is to make you think that he's speaking to Vice Principal Kathy Albert. But she spoke to the police and said that they never had that conversation. Now, that doesn't mean that it's true. If she had that conversation and didn't reveal it before the tape came out, that would make her look bad. But it was further looked into because of that inconsistency, and they figured out that it was fake. Now, apparently Darien created the recording as retaliation against the principal, who had launched an investigation into the potential mishandling of school funds. So in addition to creating the AI tape, being charged with theft, retaliating against a witness, and stalking, he has since been released on a $5,000 bond. And what's crazy is you just hope that everyone finds out that this thing was falsified, because you know his reputation must have been shredded in the wake of this thing coming out. Brett, what do you think?
He should no longer be the athletic director of that school. But that guy should now be the head, the joint chair of the computer science and literary department, because that was masterfully executed, wondrously, amazingly written. It really hit on every trope of hatefulness, like these people, and if one more, it was just like, oh wow,
yeah,
it was perfectly done, sir. And yes, if you can lend that support, but I feel like you should lose your job at that school. And now that I think about it, that guy probably shouldn't work at any school ever again. Like, I do kind of a lot of weird stuff with AI. For those of you who don't watch Happy Half Hour Wednesdays, we played an amazing game with some AI generated movie stills. But my God, that guy used it for evil instead of good.
100%, yeah. It was very convincing. Like, it was maybe a little bit too over the top that made it suspicious, but it sounded real. And get ready, everyone, because this stuff is gonna be everywhere. And both the people for whom they're targeted with the fake ones, that will be bad. But for the people who really say stuff like this, they'll just say they didn't. So kind of sucks for everybody. And by the way, you can make this about anybody. So let me just say ahead of time, we do need to be able to pump the brakes and question these sorts of things, as Sharon did when we first discussed this. We all have to employ some critical thinking. And that's why I'm so worried, because almost no one can do that. So I think we're all kind of doomed at this point. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?